Hey everyone, Carlos here. So I worked in marketing for many, many years. And one of the things that marketing specialists or professionals struggle with is how can we personalize communication, right? And one of the ways that that was done was, for example, analyzing all of the purchases data. So, for example, let's say it's a fast food company, they would analyze all of that data and create a recommendation engine or RFM, etc., so that they can offer the correct product to the correct user. So this personalization nowadays is very manual, right? Like if they have to do something specific for a user, they would need to call the ad agency to do the ads. But it turns out that it's almost impossible to do this at scale because if you have extreme personalization, it's very hard to do thousands and thousands of pieces of ads for each person. So I had this idea on of why don't we build something like that with DGi? I think it would be extremely easy to process the data and then use Nanobanana to create the ads with personalization. So here's what I want to do. This is a CSV file, and let me share my screen. Almost forgot to do that. All right. So this is a CSV file I have. It could be much better because it can have a ton of different columns like for example, location, etc. But in this case, it's just order ID, line ID, user ID, the name of the user, which is here. Then we have all the order items, item names, quantity, etc. Right? So this is the data. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna add it here in DGi. So I'm just gonna drag and drop it. It could be a database connection as well. It can be many things. Okay, so one of the, and actually before I do this, and I just remember, I want to connect to Nanobanana's API. So I want to tell it, hey, I want to connect to the Gemini API. I am ready to give you my key. All right. So what this is going to do is it's just going to give me the UI so that I can input my Nanobanana API key. So once I do that, I can add the file and I can ask it the question that I was going to ask. So here it is. All right. So it's asking me for the information. I'm going to pause the video for a second, and we'll take it from once I put in the data. Okay. All right. So I just added my information, and as you can see, it was added successfully. I just entered my API, my Gemini API key. So now let's start doing what I was going to do before, which is I'm just going to drag and drop the file I just showed. Done. And now I'm going to copy and paste this prompt that I did beforehand. And we're going to read it together. And let me write this. We're going to read it together very quickly. Okay. So it says, please analyze the purchase orders of my CSV file. Each user has multiple orders. I want you to analyze the data for each user and group it. For example, for each user, I want you to know the last 3 orders. You will need to do this by using the different order ID and get the item name. Then I need you to check if the orders were dine-in, takeout, delivery, app, etc., etc. With that information, I need you to build a user profile where I want to see the name of the user, channel, and the item names of the past 3 orders. Then I want you to build an app or a website where there's a list of all my unique users and a generate button besides each. If I click on the button, you will call the Nanobanana API and will generate an image tailored for that person based on the user profile. I want the image to look realistic and that will make the user come back and purchase. Now, here's the Nanobanana Nanobanana documentation. Oh my God, I can't. Right. All right. So I'm just going to switch here to Nanobanana. I'm just going to, and actually, I'm going to change this to JavaScript. And I'm just gonna copy and paste all of this, and I'm gonna go back to here. Awesome. And I'm just gonna click enter, and we'll see what happens now. So let's wait. What should happen in all of these process is that it should first analyze the data, right? Once it analyzes the data, it's going to generate code to do all the recommendations for each user. Once it does all of that, then it should go and generate the website or the app. Okay. And then it should deploy it for me where I can just play with the app. So we'll see if all of that happens in just one shot. It's a complex process. It's an end-to-end process. So we'll see what happens. Let's wait. Again, these would be a process that a company, first of all, a company wouldn't be able to do because again, these things are usually given to an ad agency where they have to process this. And usually, in my experience, what happens is that instead of doing extreme personalization because they can't do thousands and thousands of ads, they would just create like a cluster, right, of people, maybe 4 clusters, and then just do 1 ad or 2 ads for each one of those clusters. The objective here is to maybe start creating a process that is scalable. With Nanobanana, which is getting very good at image generation, imagine that we could do this at scale, where for each individual, we can do a specific ad tailored for that person on demand. So that would be extremely awesome. And I think DGi can do that. And we can actually have it in a website. Of course, this is just a demo, which is a website, but eventually we can just let DGi run every single day and put all the ads in a database and then just automatize that process. So again, we'll see if the experiment goes well. At this point, it's generating the code. It already generated the code. It's telling me that it's okay, and then the next action is to create the website. So we'll see if that is successful. So it's been a multi-step process. The first one is I put in my API key of Gemini. The second step is I uploaded my CSV file. It could be a database connection as well. And with that, I prompted to, hey, now analyze all of these and then create a website. Ideally, what it will happen is that for each one of the users with their name, I can just hit generate, and it generates the ad specifically for that person. We'll see. These websites are very complex, and we went with Next.js. We wanted to make like very beautiful dashboards or websites. So the AI has to generate a lot of code to be able to do this and use the correct components, etc., for the website to look the way we wanted them to look. So it's going through all of that and processing a lot of code. So let's wait. One of the reasons in our case that it takes long is because we're using, again, the best models. We're not trying to save costs in the type of models that we offer, so that everybody can have like the best experience possible. So that's why also it might take a little bit more time, because all of this is thinking and trying to make the best decisions. Look at all the code this thing is generating. It's crazy. All right, so it's deploying the site. We'll see if it gets it in the first try. I don't think so. Oh, wow, it did. So the auto fixer is checking if it's correct. It should say it's okay. Let's see. Let's check. Let's wait until it checks the app and see if it's correct. It should obviously mark it as correct. Yeah, so mark it as correct. So we have 2,551 total lines, unique orders, unique users, validation, channels, all of these channels. One that it's the biggest one is takeout, top items, and user profiles. Okay, here's where it gets interesting. So Alex Jones went to all of these or did all of these channels. These are the latest orders, and we have them for all the users. Now the moment of truth is if the generate image will work. So we'll see, right? It's doing something. It's generating the image for Alex. So let's wait and see if it comes back. Oh my God, this is crazy. Look at that. So Alex in the past have ordered plain burger, salad, chicken sandwich, then chicken sandwich and tacos. So we have here tacos. And then we have chicken nuggets in another one, French fries, and onion rings. This is just crazy. And this seems like it's plain, right? It just has cheese. So this is crazy. Let's see if we can find another one with different things. Like for example, this one looks different. So let's generate it for this one. Oh my God, this is so crazy. It's so cool. We'll see. Oh my God. So French fries, soda, milkshake, and of course we could make the prompt much better so that it includes people, etc. But this is just insane what we can do with this. So that's it. That's a demo. Hope you liked it, and let me know if you have any comments.